This is a simple demonstration on fast bowling and how we can place our players in a safe training environment. Chris is my bowler, and if Chris is a front-on bowler, what we want is his hips facing straight down the wicket. So I ask Chris to sit down with his hips facing straight down the wicket. Ideally, we want Chris's hips and shoulders to be in alignment. Okay, so if Chris is coming in as a front-on bowler, this is an ideal situation to us. How we can demonstrate to Chris and put him in a situation where he gets the feel of having a mixed action, meaning that his bottom half and top half don't mix, is by turning his top half into a side-on action. That way Chris can get the feel of the pressure that will be going through his back down here. If Chris is a side-on bowler, simply move his hips facing down the wicket here. Correct action, hips and shoulders within alignment towards the target. Once again, demonstrating a mixed action, turn Chris into this position. As I said, it's a tool that I found useful not only as a player, but also used within my coaching.
The bowling action is a sum of all parts, beginning with a balanced run-up that takes the body towards the target. Next comes the jump and gather. This continues the momentum towards the target and allows the body to find an inline hip and shoulder position to suit the individual. The arms should rotate relatively close to the body, moving in a continual motion following an opening and closing pattern. At release, the body should be fairly upright with the fingers behind the ball, supporting a grip that can produce the type of delivery the bowler wants.
What we'll do to bowl the inswinger is turn the ball over. So once again, the shiny side being the red side, right-handed batsman, slight angle of the seam this time towards fine leg, fingers down the seam, once again pretty much the same as what you bowl for the outswinger, thumb of course down the back, and you want to pull down as hard as you can, making the seam this time go towards fine leg, and hopefully the ball should swing in towards the right-handed batsman. Let's have a look. Now to bowl an outswinger, if we imagine that the red side of the ball is the shiny side, I like to place my two fingers about that far apart from the seam, thumb going down the back of the seam, straight down, maybe a slight little angle towards first slip if there's a right-handed batsman, and you want to come straight down behind the seam, pull down behind the ball, which will then give the ball the position, hopefully with a straight seam, to give it every opportunity to swing, to go down the pitch, and slightly go away from the right-hand batsman. Let's have a look.
The leg cutter moves off the seam from leg to off stump. The fingers are placed down the seam with the middle finger on top or close to the top of the seam, with the first finger just off the seam. At release, the wrist and fingers are pulled down toward the offside, producing a delivery that leaves the pitch in the direction of the slips. The off cutter moves off the seam from the off stump to the leg stump. The fingers are placed down the seam with the first finger either on top of the seam or close to the top of the seam, with the middle finger just off the seam. At release, the wrists and fingers are pulled down toward the onside to produce a delivery that moves back into the batsman.
Now as any fast bowler, it's great to have a bit of variation, and I find sometimes being a fast bowler that you need to have a change up in pace. Now to bowl what we call a slower ball or a change of pace, I like to hold the ball pretty much the same as what I held the ball for an outswinger. As I'm just about to come over with my action, slide one finger down, and you want to bowl like a big off-cutting action. So then the seam turns and the ball should come out between 10, 15, 20 k's a bit slower. That's one version. Other version is obviously you take the fingers over the other side and bowl down like a leg cutter, so then the seam goes that way. These are two versions that I use, and if you can get them through practice and a lot of hard training, they can be very, very effective.
The bouncer is an effort ball that is used to force the batsman onto the back foot. The grip can be fingers down or across the seam. The effort needs to be focused just before release, driving the ball into the pitch hard and short enough to pass the batsman at throat height. The Yorker is designed to surprise the batsman by pitching at their feet in line with the stumps. The focus for the bowler is on the spot where you want to pitch it, and then, depending on the variation you choose, the seam can be held to swing the ball or go straight to the stumps.